What do you think happened to Taylor?
I can't see her doing something like that. I mean, she's super intelligent. I can't.
Imagine being called in for questioning about a homicide, only to discover that the murderer is your own wife. That is the terrible revelation Zachary McArthur will soon discover about his wife Ashley during the course of his interrogation. Local private investigator Taylor Wright, a close friend of Ashley, had been missing for over a month. And though Zach knew his wife had been the last person seen with her, he never imagined that every investigative effort over the last month would lead straight to the woman he shared his bed with. Even worse, police retrieved Taylor's body lying dead on his property.
Can you tell me how you came to know Taylor?
Through working PI cases. We just became friends.
Okay.
Zach appears completely clueless that Ashley is even a serious suspect at this point, much less about to be charged. Instead, he launches into an onslaught of negative analysis about Taylor.
Taylor was not she just wasn't, like I would just pick up little lies from her. She would disappear for days. You couldn't get her on the phone. Greg and I would try to call her. You couldn't get her on the phone. She'd come over to our house every now and then. She met my wife. They became friends. I remember asking my wife, I'm like, you think she's got a drug problem? She would go in the bathroom for a while. I mean, longer than normal. So I started figuring out that maybe she had a drug problem.
Due to these concerns and his trying to find a new job with law enforcement, Zach cut Taylor out of his life completely.
So I cut ties with her.
Now, do you know if Ashley and Taylor continue to keep a relationship?
They did. And Ash is the kind of person that will go out of her way to help anybody. I know Ash was helping her move from her girlfriend's house, or move from one girl's house to another girlfriend's house. And I know they stayed in touch like that. And I told Ash, just don't bring her around me, because I'm trying to get hired on that.
Ashley also had incredibly harsh things to say of her so-called friend. Apparently, Taylor was going through a nasty child custody case and divorce with her ex-husband and wanted to hide some money. So the two had agreed that Ashley would store $34,000 in a safety deposit box for Taylor, a significant sum to say the least, and an arrangement that surely Zach would have been aware of.
Do you know anything about this money that Taylor had given you all?
No, absolutely not. She's never given me anything. Absolutely. But I mean, I read online or whatever what you're talking about. No, I've never got anything.
Okay. Do you know anything about your finances?
No, to be honest. I give her when I work a case, or I got a settlement from my attorney, I hand it straight to Ash. She takes care of everything.
We can see that Zach appears relaxed, maintaining an open posture and leaning in intently towards the questions. He is answering each question conversationally and thoughtfully, adding to the idea that he truly has nothing to hide. In fact, the deeper investigators dug into Zach and Ashley's finances, the more it became clear just how little Zach knew about what his wife had been up to right under his nose.
Now, this Brandon guy, I mean, let's be honest here. They had a relationship.
I didn't know they had a relationship. I thought they were just hooking up every now and then. I didn't know they had a relationship. I talked to him before. He told me that she was lying to him, she was lying to me, and I thought they were done. And then he called me when I was in DC, was telling me, hey, she got arrested, and that I guess they were still talking or whatever, and I had no idea. I mean, I didn't care if she just was hooking up with somebody, but I mean, I wouldn't want her to be in a relationship with nobody.
Did he tell you anything about anything that she had bought him?
Yep.
What did he tell you?
He said that she bought him a motorcycle.
Okay. And you had no idea about any of that?
Zero.
The black hole of the couple's finances didn't stop at exorbitant gifts for Ashley's lover either. Money seemed to be mysteriously disappearing.
I mean, you never inquired about, hey, do we have the money to pay for this?
The only thing I would ever ask her is, hey, is this going to put us in a bind? Can I get this? Or is this going to put us in a bind or whatever? She was like, no, it's fine.
Because you're trying to buy a truck.
Right. I was, but evidently the financing.
And that truck was what, 70,000 or 60 something?
60 grand.
60 grand.
And credit card debt was through the roof.
Do you know anything about your bills as far as how much you owe on credit cards or anything like that?
She pays everything. She takes care of it all. Every single bit of it.
Unfortunately, Zach is discovering all of this far too late. But Taylor, it seemed, was quicker to see that something felt off with Ashley, telling her girlfriend she kept getting the runaround about getting her money back. Finally, though, on September 8th, she had gotten Ashley to agree to meet her at the bank to withdraw the funds. That was the last time that anyone besides Ashley would ever see Taylor write. Yet oddly, texts continued coming from her phone to her girlfriend, but phrased in ways she wouldn't usually have spoken. Mobile bank records obtained from the search of the phone revealed that weeks earlier, Ashley had deposited that missing $34,000 cashier's check into her own account and spent every dime.
I've never even logged in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Never looked on the account or gone to an ATM and pulled up account balance or anything.
No, the only time I've ever went to an ATM, like if I got a new ATM card, because I've had some that went bad or whatever, and no, never. I don't mess with it whatsoever.
What do you think happened to Taylor?
I couldn't tell you, Jason. I mean, I don't know. I mean, nobody deserves to ever get anything happen to them like that whatsoever. I don't know, buddy. I don't know what happened to her.
And I'm asking you, as this investigation continues, whether it's text, phone records, computers, financials, is there going to be anything that hems you up or ties you?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, and not just being involved in the actual murder, but as far as, afterwards.
Helping conceal.
If any person in this world was like, hey, Zach, come help me do something, I would run from that as fast as I could.
But it's one thing to say you aren't involved and another to prove it. Where was Zach that day?
So you kind of know the date that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had a chance to go back and pinpoint where you were on the 8th of September?
Well, I can't remember shit, but I'm trying to do the very best I can so I can tell y'all the best I can. I know I ate at lunch at the seafood. I went to the bank yesterday to pull my statement. I know I ate lunch at the seafood place at night. I remember eating by myself. And I remember Ash not being able to make it because she was tied up with work.
A search of Zach's phone contents and cell tower evidence would indeed corroborate his story and give no reason to suspect him of being involved in Taylor's murder. Unfortunately for him, it was becoming clear that he had been played for a fool in more ways than one. However, investigators know that this was the same day Ashley was supposed to meet Taylor to return the money, and that she most definitely was not at work.
Now, the day that Taylor disappeared, do you remember talking to Ashley on the phone or anything?
I'm sure we talk periodically throughout the day.
Do you remember talking on the phone to Ashley and hearing that Taylor was in the background?
I don't remember that. I thought she was helping helping Taylor move those few days, or there was some time right then that she was helping Taylor move quite a bit, and Taylor had to borrow the box truck or something like that.
Alternatively, Ashley told police she had stopped with Taylor at the bank and then gone out to some farmland owned by Ashley's family to ride horses before going their separate ways. Yet searches executed at the property would reveal the truth. The skeleton of Taylor Wright, shot through the head with a 9mm, left in the dirt. Now investigators just needed to draw a thicker line between that property, the murder weapon, and Ashley.
At one point in time, the family or you, there was a farm that was out in Milton.
That's her family. That was her family's farm out there.
Who, Ashley's?
Yeah.
Do you own any 9mm handguns? What kinds?
A Glock.
Just one, or?
I've got a lot of guns. So a lot. I think one Glock 9.
What model?
19.
19. Okay. And do you still have it?
Y'all got it. From what I read off the thing, they got my Glock, my SIG, my other Glock 45.
Did you ever buy Ashley a gun or anything of that nature?
Man, over the years, yeah. I bought her a 380 one time.
What kind?
PPK.
Do you know how Taylor died?
For Ackerman told me that the girl was shot, and he heard that from Mulchan.
So Ackerman told you, and he got it from Mulchan?
Yeah.
Okay. And did he elaborate on anything else?
He just said that they thought the girl was shot.
Okay.
It is finally time for Zach to face the music.
Hell, it's all over the news.
Yeah.
You've read it.
Trying to swallow it and figure it out. I mean, it's like, it's terrible. It sucks.
But you've read it So you know at least some of the details. Just based upon that and your knowledge of the job that we do and the job that you used to do, what's your thought?
Feelings aside,
Just logically, we didn't just show up at Britt Road.
I can't see her doing something like that. I mean, she's super intelligent. You know, she's got a
master's degree.
yeah, or is it master's or I don't know, one of the two.
An ironic slip of the tongue, but not far from the truth. As it turns out, Ashley is a crime scene tech, just not a very good one. This is Ashley on camera at Home Depot the day after Taylor's disappearance, purchasing concrete and potting soil, both of which were found covering Taylor's remains. That same night, Ashley and Zach attended a wedding. Harmless at first blush, except also in attendance, Taylor's cell phone, without its owner. But neither one stayed long. Ashley quietly left the wedding early. Investigators traced her movements and discovered that she returned to the property where Taylor's body was later discovered. So while everyone else danced the night away, Ashley was putting that cement to use.
Let's go back to the 9th, which is the day after Jimmy's wedding. Did y'all go to Jimmy's wedding?
Yeah.
Then it is my understanding that at some point she left.
Yeah.
An alibi is only so good as far as it holds up, and Ashley's had just suffered its final blow. Content they now had everything they needed, investigators concluded the interrogation and excused Zach to speak to his lawyer, and subsequently signed a search warrant, giving investigators that critical access they needed to confirm his story. He was cleared by the department of any wrongdoing. Ashley, however, was arrested on charges of first-degree premeditated murder and subsequently convicted and sentenced 25 years to life.
And the defendant, Ashley McArthur, guilty of first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm as charged in the indictment.
Zach has since divorced Ashley, leaving her to reflect on all the lives she destroyed alone.